Howdys and salutations, y'all. Sorry about that. Looks like our internet went down for a little moment there. Hopefully that's getting right sized as we speak. But in the meantime, it looks like I can connect. I do hope y'all can hear me. So sorry again for the little blip there. Don't worry, we noticed pretty quick. I didn't keep drawing once it went down, obviously. So we were just going to try to wrap up Mudkip. I was getting a little distracted by some of the tools, but it is nice to know that Airbrush is here at least, which isn't quite the blend tool, I'm sure. Oh, here it is. Blend. I think I've gone and blended this one too much. But we can go ahead and maybe airbrush some more on. Good, this is a good excuse to learn some of the other tools. Um, yeah, we'll just let that one sort of be its thing. It's shorter, it's not quite as grown out, that's fine. It'll be kind of a deal. Do like a softer blend on these. Yeah. Okay, so this is becoming whatever it is. And we may just leave it as this. It's it's a thing. I may actually experiment with using these blend tools for shading because it's been a long time since I've had a chance to do like softer shading like that. We'll give that okay. Let's give that like a few minutes to work on it to do that. We'll spend a little bit of time just to see. Let's see if this is gonna. Oh right, blend isn't actually gonna put anything down, is it? It just moves what's already there. So if we can sort of airbrush, we can just use. Oh right, wrong hotkeys for that. I haven't used these tools, so I also haven't set up the hotkeys for them. So let's just sort of throw down some shade in areas where it would kind of like maybe make sense. Like along that as a ridge, perhaps. Definitely all in here. We could, like a little. I feel like shadow's going to be like behind it, underneath it. So we'll need a different color for shading that, obviously. Using blue to shade orange is probably also not the best idea. But we'll make do. That definitely wouldn't be all that bold of shading. Put back there, a little bit under here to imply that's kind of folding under. We'll leave it at that for now. I'm just throwing stuff down on the page pretty quick, right? Oop. Let's maybe do slightly less bold blendy. See what we can get from this. Really, it just sort of looks like blue stains on it. I should have shaded with like an orange tone instead of like its direct color contrast. But that is getting us sort of like a nice gray in there, really. So if I use maybe a different eraser, not vector, but we could do rough, see what that gets us. Line it up a little better with our lines. Might help clean things a little. Oops. Yeah, I don't think that would have any shadow on it. Well, we'll reblend these a little bit, just toning it down a notch. Oops, not that. Okay, so let's get back to our actual blending, or maybe blur would be a little better here. Yeah, that might be a little softer on the edges. Blur sort of down, this would blur out. Okay, that one just went away. That's fine. We could try actually adding like a little shadow to the blue. Instead of blend, let's go back to our airbrush. Maybe tone it. Oh, right, we've got like kind of a decent brush size on here. A little bit on that. give Sir Catston Churchill here a little bit more shadow. Just, again, not really trying to make it look great, just testing the tools mainly. Because, you know, honestly, even if this character design here is, how do I put this? Terrifying and not one I wish to redraw. We can still learn a little bit from it. Get like slightly rounder shapes going in here. Do that one like a little more, that one like a little more. There we go. That actually does help this sort of pop as being a little more forward too. Let's see. The collar smoothed out. It's, you know, this is what it is. Whatever it is terrible. But it is that. Okay. I think that's enough of that, don't y'all? I think we move on to something new and maybe worse, but in a fun way. Okay, so let's see. Let's just pop all of these in a new folder, which we're going to label Mudkip in an absolute travesty of Pokemon naming. Okay, so now we're back to this. We've got quote-unquote Snivy, which does look a little more finished than this one, to say the least. Let's I'm not even sure what to say about this next one. It is Osha-what. It is not sure how to put this. Let me just pop it up on here real quick. We'll get our big view, move this to the center. Because our next one here, we've got Snivy over there, we've got this one, we'll put it out of the way. Let's let me pause for a second and add it, and then we'll have a big reveal. Say hello to Osha-what, everyone. Oh dear. It looks just like you remember, right? This is definitely the Pokemon I remember from Pokemon, from when I was first playing Pokemon Black and White. It's like a Porygon chair. My favorite Pokemon. So yeah. Whoa, okay, what did I just do? Oh no. Okay. Cool. Learned a new OBS feature. Let's maybe scooch this a tad out of the way and see if we can actually oh, I mean, what do we even do with this? Okay. Let's go back to mechanical pencil. Well, it's a light blue and a white, so that's similar, but we can do better on our color scheme than we did last time. Yeah, it's somewhere. Let's give it the lighter blue. I realize a lot of that sort of background, but I think it's gonna be a little less sad. Don't want Winston Churchill Cat Mark II. Let's just call this our rough sketch, shall we? Because right now, I'm not even entirely sure where this begins and ends. This was definitely one of those ones. For starters, I'm going to look at the top one, not worry about the nightmare below just yet, because, I mean, lot to parse there. Lot to parse there. Is that a foot? I don't even want to know. Okay, let's look at the one that looks well, it looks something all right. At the top, we've got what I would say is sort of like, I don't know, like the inside of a bowl shape maybe here. So it sort of like curves in. Got kind of that. That looks like it's facing outward a little bit, really and truly right now. So maybe if no, we'll deal with that later. It could be one of two. My brain parses it one way. Y'all may be parsing it as looking indented and concave already. Um, if nothing else, shading can help us get there. Okay, so it's got kind of like wibbly wobbly facial features, which is, just so true of the Osha-what I remember from my childhood. Uh, really, really great times. I remember going and taking on the first gym. That was the one where they sort of replaced, or I don't know, mimicked or replaced the well, because they still had Charon, so I guess just mimicked the rival fight where they just pick the type that's strong against you. Um, we've been dealing with the grass type fellow. What was his name? Like Watercress or something? I will openly admit I don't remember that well. It's been a long time. Let's see what we want. So kind of like, we can at least make the Wibble Wobble match the current example of Wibble Wobble. So that's going to be sort of like this, going down a little below the what I'm going to choose to call an eye line, and then it kind of curves out. Oh boy. Okay. My desk is attempting to steal my arm hair. No desk. Can't have that. Using it. Oh, it's because I'm on the rough, but it's still a vector line. Anyway, okay. So then this outer part really is, it looks like it's constructed out of like Playmobil plastic, truthfully. Maybe if we get rid of that and we actually try to sort of mimic what it's doing is, what the heck is it doing? I'll be honest, the physics of Osha-what escaped me a little bit. Why everyone loved it when Pokemon Black and White came out. It was so confusing that people were just big fans. I'm gonna give it, I guess, the gremlin goblin ear that it definitely always had. Is this an arm? I choose to believe this is an arm. Right, and then its famous floating gap between its head and its body that it is very much known for, along with being part soap dispenser, I think. I mean, hey, if we can have like a pile of sewer junk in Gen 1, and then we can have, I don't know, a children's plastic chair in Gen 5. And then it sort of just like melts. Like, was one end attacked by a fire Pokemon? Okay. There's like, like a section over here. Plugs in. For the record, I cannot fathom what images this thing found when it was trying to generate this. Because this doesn't. This looks exactly like Osha-what. This doesn't not look like Osha-what. I don't know what I was going to say earlier. The famous globules attached to like a boat rudder because it's water type. See, it makes sense. It all comes together. And then like I think this is the wheel from a desk chair. Man, I don't think there is any way to make this coherent. Oh yes, and the bubble machine. Yeah, because it uses bubble beam. Its signature move. Kind of got like floating ear above it. And possibly like something sticking out there. So I think we have our foundation for a Pokemon here. Okay, let's Getting away from the reference a little bit, let's see if we can actually make something a little bit more, I don't know, let's I'm gonna even put the reference away. So goodbye for y'all, and for me, putting it down. This is what we have to work with. Let's make it into something, you know, maybe a little bit real. I like this because it's sort of like a waving motion, and it like gives it like a little personality. I think that we can start there as sort of like something distinct. And if it's like giving off bubble beams or something, that's fine. Okay, let's see. I'm not dealing with the face yet. We'll deal with that later. The idea that it is some sort of like lobby vehicle doesn't feel super in place for water type. I feel like that's the kind of thing they usually give to poison types. But I think we can work with it. This feels like it's going to be one of those, like, I don't know, like rubber tubes that sort of like fold in on each other. Like collapsible cups or stuff like that. I feel like that's what's happening here. And then let's actually try to draw this part somewhat like proportionally, with something close to actual perspective happening, or at least like make it look like it's in the same plane of existence as its other parts. Here, we'll do a straight line down there. We're going to start with this as a box. We'll fill in the stuff around it, but this gives us sort of a reference point. We've really got more of like an old school, really old school, like tanky design going on here. And the end would be there. We really ought to pull that back so it gives this rubber thing space to breathe. We'll do that. We'll just scooch that back a little bit. All right. And then we know that this ridge is basically going to continue along the length of it. That this is actually going to sort of down to it. Get rid of the excess there. Get rid of the top here. Again, I'm going to take some artistic liberties with this one because clearly the generator did too. Okay, so then this brings sort of the top level of this down. So we're going to sort of have more of these rings, basically. Just the sort of rubber flexy thing that the top is sitting on, going all the way down to the bottom here. Let's see. Kind of the wide ridge, that's fine. How do we want to deal with the front part where it just like melts? Actually try to stay true to that. See? Not sure I'm loving staying true to it. Really not loving staying true to it. Okay, let's rid of that line. We can get rid of at least like the straight lines that should be here. I'm okay with like rounding it off at the edge maybe. Definitely down for the idea that it has sort of melted a little bit. Perhaps it got attacked by one too many flame wheels. Melty is not something I really know how to draw, truthfully. Would have prepped some more if I thought that we were going to be encountering this nonsense today. Okay, and then back here it's got like a little... I'm going to choose to interpret it as a tail piece, because that's actually like kind of cute. Not looking at the reference. Nah. I think maybe we leave that like that. Give it like an extra fin or something maybe. Not sure that makes any sense. Whoops. We'll leave that as it is. Okay, now for I'm gonna assume that this would have continued all the way around that edge and sort of like fades off into the melty zone. This were Pokemon melting, you know it'd be like an actual like drop of something like water falling off of it or something. We'll see. Because what we have established is that amongst other things, this uses like office chair wheels. And far be it from me to remove such an integral part of the design. So let's just clean some of these up a little bit. How we doing on time? Okay. I'll keep going. We won't do our normal pause right at 9 because we had the whole internet snafu a minute ago. Got a little bit of a walk around while trying to fix that, so that's fine. That is not how those look. What the heck am I drawing? That's not office chair wheels. Let's see. Right, okay. What we need to do, in addition to getting rid of that, is establish like one little point in the center here. It's got like a little, like, let's not make it too big. No, I do not. Like a little strip there that it connects to. And then the actual wheel part kind of comes out past it. Like if there was a circle, then it did that. Even if, okay, maybe this is, let's try this. Let's put a line a tiny bit past it, and that's the actual like wheel's edge. Got like a little reflection on it. And it sort of like goes in, well, it wouldn't cut off there, it would cut off like this. You'd have another parallel one over there, sticking out past it. Again, if we do line work, we'll clean that up a little bit, but generally speaking, I think you get the idea. Man, I don't know what type of Pokemon this is. I mean, a water type. It's a water type. It's Osha-what. We know what type of Pokemon it is. 100%. It's there's nothing wrong with this Osha-what. Please accept my trade deal. Please, I'm begging you. I'll simplify these rollers a little bit in the final one because this seems like a little bit of, it's not where a Pokemon design would actually put their energy. We can make the melty bit, since we're removing some of the melty from the front, let's make the melty bit a little larger on this end. Feels like it's gonna be like a tumbly wheel, not an Osha-what. But of course, the game designers named this Osha-what. I didn't. That's right. I'm not at fault for this. Don't blame me, please. Want to do like drips. Those all end up looking really flat. Well, that's certainly something. Got kind of like the sideways wheel sticking out of this one, sort of to fit with whatever was going on over here. This song sounds like something an ice cream truck would play, you know? Like, is that just me? I could totally hear, like, imagine hearing this down the street and then a bunch of kids going, like, ice cream! Okay, let's... I'm not sure I've succeeded at making this coherent. Like, even a little bit. Kind of like the idea. Well, before I had this piece, I liked the idea of this floating bit, because I sort of thought everything would just be floating independently. But if we're gonna go with sort of the rubber collar, then I think we ought to stick with that theme. Make the head a little less what it is. To make the rubber collar a lot less detailed, like just a few big bumps. Getting way too nitty gritty in there. There we go. That looks horrid. Okay. Okay, let's regroup. Think about this last bit. Got the one eye, which I feel like you should be able to see through to the background behind this thing. It's just like an eye floating in a hole. Sort of do something like that, maybe. Not the most expressive Pokemon. Actually, this is sort of like buried away in a inset ring a little bit. Like, gap, some warpiness here. Okay. Looking back, let's look back at the original now. Let's see. I can find where the heck I put it. Okay, Streamlabs? Oh, wait, I don't even use Streamlabs. Streamlabs, you can't help me. But, found it. Okay, it still resembles. Oh, actually, they've got a better eye. Let's, hold on. Worry about that part yet. Let's address the very clear, there's the eye. The other one is sort of like up here. This, do y'all think this would be a popular starter Pokemon? I'm starting to have doubts. I'm also thinking let's get rid of this weird like the funnel tube thing. I think it's making it look like not coherent enough. Instead, I do like kind of this weird angular boxy body thing we've got going on here. It's well, it's something at least. About where stuff should actually land. Really, this should probably just continue right up until parallel lines. Probably run into the melt zone, really. Okay. We sort of got this wheel box. I'm gonna simplify even more into not being office wheels. They're just gonna be wheels. You know what we should do that would actually be a fun Pokemon stream? Y'all ever looked at the item designs? They've got a really distinct style, especially like in Pokemon Sword and Shield. The Korean ingredients have like a really distinct, really sharp style, and it would be fun to try to draw more everyday objects in that way. That's it'd also be a little less. Well, I mean, y'all see what is happening here, right? Like this is a nightmare. um, fun as drawing more Pokemon is, I think the Pokemon random generators where they just take coherent parts of Pokemon and shove them together still get better results than some of this. I feel like maybe the issue here is, let me just grab and move this real quick. Wheel. Actually put it underneath the thing. Slightly larger. Nope. Eraser in here to just clean that up. That up. None of the wheels look like they're on the same plane. I've gotten a little lazy with my perspective lines. Clearly, a little lazy with them. Thought I'll be following them. Okay, so broken wheels in the right place. Working wheel number 2, or number 1, however you want to count it. We got that going there. Give it like a little something. But honestly, I feel like we're getting like a premise here, but this still isn't quite doing it. I kind of like weird box with water forms floating out of it. And I think maybe we take that as a concept and we run with that. Just using this for ideation rather than like the last ones where we've really just been drawing what the random prompt gives us pretty much. We're gonna see if we can actually like make something out of this. Let's take our premise here and iterate on it again. Dot box in perspective mind. Sort of perspective. Kind of like weird cartony shape we had going here. Okay. We have our carton. Maybe it just like is on like weird blob wheels instead. We'll lean into Osha-what being the water type Pokemon that it so clearly is. We'll just give like, let's make this like a little basin of water. None of these scratchy lines. Let's just do a confident line over there. One more. One more. Yeah, see, there we go. Water basin, and then all this other stuff is just sort of like bubbles floating above it. It's wash-a-what because it's a wash tub. It makes sense now. Okay. Everything up here with like a really fun like round bubbly form. Bubble there. Bubble there. Where sort of the big head could really be. We want to lean into the bubble thing. This weird shape could be, you know how bubbles sometimes like form onto each other? Kind of like the reflection on it kind of becomes the eye. No, Okay, let's go back to our sort of like single bubble face. Sort of like a bubble cluster in here. There we go. We're starting to get like a little bubbly face. See, this is still bizarre, and I don't think it would end up in a Pokemon game, but at least it's looking like something. Or we can make like some bubbles rising out of this. Bubble basin, so on and so forth. Try not to go crazy with these, but you know. Here we go. Let's make this go back to being more of like a waving high. What do y'all think? I mean, it doesn't necessarily look like a Pokemon, but it looks a heck of a lot more like a Pokemon than the other thing. Not like a flat line there, really. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna work with this. Let's well, let's see if I can't grab the whole darn layer with it. Yeah, let's just put the whole thing right there in the center. Okay. Quick water break, gotta hydrate. I feel like there's like a dozen other designs that could come out of this Osha-what thing. I still think it looks like a plastic like children's chair, really and truly, with eyes and like feet wheels. And then of course there's whoops, wrong thing. Gotta grab yeah. This one, there we go. There's whatever this is. Is it a frog with a foot? Is it like a man screaming and falling over while a giant eye sits on his neck? Probably not, but like, kind of looks like it. I mean, it could be anything. I I almost want to just post it and say art. Like, if I had a place where I could just post stuff as art inspiration, I would post this there and just see what people did with it. Because I think you would never get two similar designs. Okay, but we're gonna say goodbye to the AI generated monstrosity for now. Okay, let's see if we can't get this little wash dude up and running a little bit. Try rough 2, rough V3. Okay, now we will actually do a little bit of Pokemon always has the ink and it's always black. Let's just do that. We've got our major stabilization on. Gonna see what kind of difference that makes. We're gonna kind of lean into it and we'll just see what happens. Oh. How am I get my angle off a little bit? Oh. There we go. Take a moment to actually figure out real perspective on this, because in a real Pokemon drawing, like, they would actually have it looking decent. But I also want to wrap this one up today and not drag it on too long. And as we saw in my perspective stream, if I get going on perspective, I can go way too long without actually getting anywhere. So we'll save that for like a week where we just do one drawing in the week and we make it like a good drawing. Oh boy. Welcome to the world of just draw and redraw until you get the line you want. That's roughly it. The fact that they're a little not parallel is irking me, but we'll make do. Yes, I know this program has rulers. No, I'm not turning them on right now. Ah, fine. There we go. Let's see. Thinking about trying to set up a place to like post all of the art that we create on streams. That way it's not just, you know, sitting in the VOD archive where you have to go dig it out. Not sure if that would be like a DeviantArt thing or where I should even try to do that. I mean, I'm gonna post it on the Twitter for now since we've got that already. I gotta do this one. Get rid of some of them bumps. Covering some of those vector line tools the other day was actually really handy. Although I don't think it's doing good things on those corners. Anyway, okay, so we've got that. Let's continue on with our inking then. Got this is obviously a prominent part of it because it's sort of like the waving hand. Would move in sprites and stuff a lot more than just like the bubbles. I feel like these ought to not look exactly the same. Otherwise, it'd be a little weird. But man, sure want to look the same. Okay. Yeah. Sort of got our globules here. We'll have to add reflections on like everything to make it clear where the depth is. Amogus. Okay. Sorry, apparently that is still hardwired into my brain. I'm not sure it's ever gonna escape. And by it, I mean me. Help, I'm trapped. Okay. And maybe we should grab Osha-what's actual color scheme, but like, we'll sort of just stick with this for now. Some good Breath of the Wild music. Always nice. Try to mimic these pretty quick. Too. Circles. Never. Oh wait, why am I drawing in blue when Pokemon is always black for the line art? Like I like my line art to match the actual like colors of the things. I find it's a fun style, makes stuff like doesn't pop as much, but it kind of blends better. But of course, if I'm trying to actually do this in the Pokemon style, I ought to, stick to the Pokemon style. We'll see if we can do that. There we go. Okay. Definitely one of them always nervous Pokemon. I guess they kind of already did that with Sobble. Also, if this was a starter, what on earth would it evolve into? Like a hot tub? Kind of feeling like this would evolve into like a bathtub and then a hot tub or something. What it is now, I don't know. Or maybe a full-on swimming pool, complete with diving board. That'd be a stinking wild Pokemon for them to add. If they had a swimming pool with a diving board and Scarlet and Violet as a Pokemon, I owe myself $10 because I'm making that bet against myself. I'll need to do a little bit of line work cleanup. Again, we found that with some of the tools and a little bit of practice, that gets pretty quick. Some cases it works better than others. Closing off circles, it sure is nice. Oh yeah, that's way better. that end up, clean that end up a little bit. We'll make it opaque water, that's fine. Question is, do we want to make these opaque bubbles? That, like, really jarring. It's interesting. Work with it, see where we get on that. Look a little more magic-y. Let's start with that. I wonder if there's... I wish there was just a recolor vector line tool. I'm sure there probably is, but like... maybe if I just grab the line, pick a color. Worth a shot. Although actually, hold on. I know Select has some weird options in here. The auto grab. Well, I can fill the inside of the circle easy enough. That anyway. Okay, well, we'll do some color fills, and then maybe we'll just deal with the lines being like that. That's fine. No, 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 no. I really want 2 blue tones, truthfully. Because I definitely want the like eyes and mouth to be sort of a darker one. Maybe we don't want like the... Okay, there we go. Sort of like that. Go back to our lighter blue for things like bubbles down here. Probably actually need like even a highlight color on them too. These different colors. Man, there we go. And we can sort of, I don't know, I've been imagining this box is gray, but we could technically go with a color that like pops well with blue. Violet definitely does. I'm not sure it would work well with this particular design. And it certainly contrasts well, and if we, whoops, made like the eyes violet, looks bad and evil. So let's maybe not do that one, but orange is also like the actual complement of blue. Maybe I should have looked there first. Kind of a darker orange. The outside pop a little more and just leave that dark orange for the inner part. Well, it's something, and I think with a little bit of cleverness we can make it into more of something, mostly with shadows and trying to think about bubble transparency, for better or for worse, and also figuring out if there's any way to fill those vector lines. But I am going to take a quick pause just to stand up and stretch, use the restroom, and anyone else watching do the same. Never hurts. Always worth doing, and I'll be back in just a couple of moments. Y'all then. Okies and dokies and salutations, y'all. Welcome back. So I've realized at this point I'm just gonna be messing with shading and lighting and stuff, and I think we've talked about that enough times. You don't need me like narrating as I do it. I don't think we're gonna be doing anything revolutionary here. Other than just pointing out that this light blue, dark blue, yellow color scheme is on like every starter Pokemon of the water type ever. Piplup has it, Osha-what has it, Mudkip has it, they all have it. May tweak the yellow a little bit on this just to see if we can get something a little different, but I'll keep messing with that. But otherwise, moving on, I was looking up water Pokemon references, which is part of how I realized the color thing that was going on. And I realized, like, you know what that made me think of? Fire Emblem. So, on the note of Fire Emblem, I know that, like, in order for stories to work, and it makes sense, like, there are moments where you win a level to lose. Um, it happens in a ton of games. It was definitely an annoying factor in one of the most recent Fire Emblems for me. Namely, just because it kind of killed replayability. Because I was like, oh, I know what happens after this, so why should I fight hard? Um, it I found it disappointing in that regard. It was a fun game otherwise. Don't get me wrong, but that particular piece was a little like, oh. Um, But I've been wondering, what would it take to make a game besides like an insane amount of time and resources to dedicate to probably a kind of dumb idea? But if you could make a game that was genuinely just like make the difficulty really hard, so it's like rare for people to actually win a level unscathed. Um, but then like I don't know, have the game story be affected by the outcome. Like the main story would be like if you lose the insanely difficult battles and win the more balanced ones. And that would sort of be like the assumed storyline. It'd be tough though if you happen to botch one. You'd have to have some sort of like go back mechanic or something, I guess, to make it like enjoyably playable. Um, but like maybe even not even that. Maybe just like make the bosses insane. Like when there's an insanely hard boss that you're supposed to lose to, make it still possible to beat them, but like really. Oh wait, that's just Dark Souls. Like the first boss of all the Dark Souls games, you're supposed to lose to, like literally all of them. But like if you beat it, there's usually like a big reward, and then they, well, to be fair, those then proceed to kill you all anyway. So even they end up doing the railroading thing, but you get a perk out of it at least. There's some acknowledgement of like, hey, you achieved something that's really hard. Nicely done. Um, Feels like that would be maybe a good thing to have in some other games too. Yeah, I still don't know. I can't exactly put my finger on why I enjoy Dark Souls. Like it doesn't seem like my kind of game at all. But I really do. They're fun. Oops. I don't want to put too much detail on these, and I want the reflections to roughly all be the same direction. Um, Kind of thing. I feel like Pokemon wouldn't bother with the smaller ones. But truth be told, I really do need to actually like study the Pokemon style a little more before I attempt something like this again in the future. Yeesh, the bleed on those lines is kind of bad. But if we zoom out enough, it's not. No, it still is. Um, Maybe if we do the fill on the other side, it'll help clean up those edges a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Whoops. Um, Hitting fill a bunch seems to make it calculate a bunch of different vectors around the edges. Or not vectors, but just it keeps recalculating how it's finding the edges, and it eventually figures it out. Um, or it bleeds it over into the next one more. Um, Interesting. It's interesting how it works. Their fill tool is fascinating. All game fill tools are interesting because of the way they handle it. I've been filling with an off yellow this entire time. Dagnabbit. No, bright white. Bright white. Well, I guess the off yellow does kind of fit with the transparency of the background a little bit. Which, I mean, I do want this to be like a semi-transparent Pokemon. Kinda. I don't know how much I want to commit to that. Maybe we just keep it like watery, but still like not transparent. Like I'm not going for like, what is it called? Like ranunculus? That was a wild one. I like the idea of this bubble being kind of transparent though. And oh, whoa. Hey, that actually looks like something you could find. That actually doesn't look half bad. Not like Pokemon, mind, but actually, huh? That looks downright good. I don't want to leave it like that. Then we have to figure out something for the last 30 minutes, but I'm sure we could do that. We could take a real left turn into stinking Blender. Zooming in on it, it's obviously pixely. I think we can keep tweaking this. But yeah, in terms of like, where was I? Reunculus was still about this. Dark Souls, I guess. I don't know. I've never been one for games that are like horribly difficult and punishing. Like that is not really my jam. I play games to relax. Um, I could play stinking My Sims all day, and maybe one of these days on stream we will. Um, because it is a fun game, or at least it was when I was like 12. Um, Possibly some gold tinted glasses there. We'll see. But you can still get it on PC apparently, so you have to give that a shot. Could try some My Sim speed runs. um, But yeah, like Dark Souls is like not exactly my typical jam. Not the kind of game I would just pick up and play. And yet, I really do enjoy it. Um, oh, right, that won't actually affect that. Okay. Like, I don't know. A lot of what I enjoy is the way it deals with the world and the history, to be fair. Like, I like the way they handle the story and that it's, like, it feels like actually doing real history work and, like, actual archaeology and stuff, trying to figure out what the heck happened here. Like you've got piecemeal, incomplete, and badly translated evidence. So the odds are we're never going to figure out the full story of what the heck happened there. Um, like not even close. But you can get pieces, and it's fascinating to try to piece it together and deal with like evidence that's a little bit biased, and so you see like different perspectives on the same event. Um, it's a lot of fun, and the world itself, even in the original Dark Souls, is really just genuinely beautiful. Like, I don't know how else to put it. It just is nice to be in, except for all the parts where it tries to kill you. But with enough time and practice, it'll still kill you, but less. I suppose there are some people who truly have put in enough time and practice where it won't kill them at all. But those people, I fear. That's level of dedication to a game that I just do not have. Like how dramatic this music suddenly got. But yeah, no, it's like, I don't know. It's fun. It's bizarre. It's a little weird, but it's fun. Here, I see him. Do I have like a... Maybe it just does that. Maybe we could use the blur tool on the edges and make it less pixely. At risk of making it look worse. We'll give it a shot. All right, fingertips is actually like a pretty powerful one. Ooh. Oh, I can just copy a thing. Copy this every... Whoa! I can make a duplicate and another. Oh, jeepers, this turned eldritch really fast. Okay, let's maybe not do that. Interesting tool there. But yeah, it's just a fun world to be in. I ought to do some like Dark Souls art on here sometime, but it is a little complicated. Make this like a less intense blur. Oops, a little more than that though. I'm gonna see how this looks on this. Because like, yeah, I don't know. I can't explain why I like that game so much. By all accounts, it doesn't make any sense. A quote from The Emperor's New Groove, which is a movie I had forgotten about until I just said that. Surprisingly fun one, honestly. I don't know. Did y'all enjoy that one? You don't have to answer, but if you want to, like, it was definitely quirky and bizarre. I I feel like I enjoyed the TV show it spawned more than the actual like movie itself, which seems bizarre, really. The Emperor's New School, though, it had some more characters. It was interesting. Not sure about this fuzzy look. I feel like it might be better if it was like a filter from another layer that I could toggle on and off. I'm not 100% sold on it for like the actual thing itself. Fortunately, with digital art, we can look down this path and then unblur if it ends up looking bad. Doing this by hand, that would not be an option. And I am still doing it by hand, but like not with a pencil and paper. Y'all know what I mean. Okay, and then if we zoom out, it looks, I was hoping that would sort of give it a smoother effect, but it kind of really does just make it look blurry. It is cute though. Let's see if we can't undo the blur as it slowly snaps back into focus. Please let me undo far enough back. Okay, I think everything is back to the way it was. Which, yeah, when it's not big, actually does still just look good. I wonder if I can add. Can I? I don't know if I can add emotes yet, but I kind of want this guy to just be a panicked emote. Um, I don't know if anyone would use that. There's very few situations where it'd be relevant, like a crying sandbox. Or, as we all know, it's truly named Osha-what, because this is Osha-what, according to some insane individual, or AI rather. I don't think any human could ever consider this to be an Osha-what. It may be a wash-a-lot, but it's not an Osha-what. Wash-a-lot. I guess it's a little bit like, what was it called? Like Washu or Washi, yeah, something like that from Undertale. There was an enemy that was sort of like it tried to clean you in the fight. That was an interesting one. Washua. That was Washua. Nah, this is Wash-a-lot. And we got here from, what was our original sketch? Right, this nightmare. Versus Wash-a-lot. We can scoot this one maybe so we can see it better. We can get V2 in here as well. You can sort of see the similarities, but I definitely think it came together better when I released the original design a little bit and actually just sort of made a new thing for it. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see, looking at time, got 20 minutes left. Okay, I'm pretty happy with Wash-a-lot. I'm gonna post it online once we're done here. I think it was a slightly less terrifying outcome than some of our previous ones. Not only compared to like its older versions, of course, but this just title. I'll go ahead and pop it into a folder real quick. We'll clean it up. Osha-what. But compared to, well, this one, that one turned out kind of cool and mech-ish, but it definitely, like, I don't know. There's room to improve. And then this, okay. I like, this one's the one I'm the most happy with. Like, this dude could be a sticker. But yeah, okay, what say y'all I pause the stream for a half a second and we pull up some Stardew Valley for the last 20 minutes or so. I think we can get through one day, and our farm was making good headway last time. I think that might be a nice change of pace. Let's see, I'll even go ahead and update our stream info to that. Category is now Stardew, this one. Stream info updated successfully. Then I'll pause for half a second and be right back. Howdy again. You know, I'm beginning to think, there we go, good. Beginning to think we ought to get like an actual like chat screen going in here, not just a pause screen that's only good for muting and actual pauses, but somewhere we can just like a sort of transition between spaces. Um, that way I wouldn't have to go silent, and y'all wouldn't have to just look at a pause screen when I set stuff like this up. So, we were on day 10 of spring. Let's hop on over to day 11, see where we left off. Stream overlay, we can see a little more of the bottom of the screen too. So maybe the energy, yeah, good, the full energy bar. Not the top though. None shall know what time it is except for I. Stir fry. Ah, rats. Fortune teller, what are we at? Oh, they're friendly? Okay, I shouldn't go in the caves. I always have bad luck when they're friendly. Which is not how the game works, so I don't know why that's the case. Absolute nonsense that that's what happens, but it is. Okay, we've got some parsnips. I don't remember if that was fast grow or quality grow. Hopefully quality, that's like something I actually need. Okay, what on earth was I working on? We've got the community center. We're in process of growing all those. We could work on fishing, we could work on caving. Maybe we actually do go to the cave. I don't have much in the way of food for it. Doesn't look like it's a salmonberry day. I left my weapon at the cave as well. Okay, so let's just do that though. I'm gonna pop on up there. Let's do a mining day. Further down in the mines we can get, the better. That is the one thing in this game that never seems to progress in sync with everything else, is I'm never sure how far into the mines I'm supposed to be. Because it seems like the requirements change wildly. Like some phases of the game, it's like, oh, you want a sprinkler? You better be like pretty stinking far down to get gold. That's fair, Linus. Best character. Anyway, but then like other things, it's like, oh, I feel like I'm suddenly way further in the mines than I'm supposed to be. I'm not sure how the progression's intended there. It sort of confuses me, I'll be honest. But we'll see. Mine? Ah, there we go. Oh, I should probably actually bring the sword, shouldn't I? Actually, hold on. Half a second. Okay. Got reach level 40. Okay, that means we did get the slime. Oh no, we still need to take out 4 slimes? Okay. Oh, let's see what we're up against. Grass. Ah. I'd work on buying the backpack. Because the storage is felt the worst when we're like in the mines. One exception for luck, by the way, is ladders. Ladders definitely show up faster when you're on a lucky day. There we go, see? But as far as the backpack goes, I'm trying to save up on that for something a little more important. Oh, really? 2 of them already? Oh, great. Deal so little damage to these things. Oh, but I got a ladder at least. If I need to make a quick escape, we have an out. Ugh. Okay, but hopefully we can actually gather some resources here. Oh, and I see 3 slimes. So if I play my cards right, could have some success there. I'm gonna try to just aggro the top one. Sorry, Rimuru. Get stun locked, bro. Oh wait, no, it escaped. No, Rimuru. Oh no, Rimuru summoned reinforcements. Rimuru, no. Okay, good. Really? You're just gonna fly away right there? Stop. Going away. Okay, thank you. Slime, slime, slime. Slime, 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 slime. Slime, slime, slime. Sorry, slime. But you are not a friendly little slime. Get off me, get off me, get off me! Weapon, have some knockback, please. Ugh. Guess I'll eat this, fine, whatever. There's another stinking bee on the way. No! Okay. See, I don't just misclick things when I'm drawing, I also do it all the other times. I am starting to think I should maybe actually get a new keyboard. Okay, that is my cue to get the heck out of Dodge. Goodbye. Oh, maggots. We're on 17. I'd love to get to 20. It's 11 a.m. in the game. But we are short on healing resources, and those bees are a legitimate problem. Cool, earth crystal. Oop, I see a slime, though. See a lot of slimes and copper. Okay, good. We're actually getting a lot of copper. My fear, because it always seems to happen on the good luck days, is that I'm going to get one of those levels where it's just all monsters. And the game seems to regard that as like a good thing, and I do not, because combat in this game is a little rough. Also, I just got the slime achievement, so it wouldn't even be beneficial now. Like, I realize the monster pieces are useful, but like not as useful as me staying alive and getting to a new mine layer. I'm just going to ignore that guy. Copper down there, it doesn't look like it. Okay, ignoring this guy too. And let's see if we can't just find a way out of here before the stinking buzzy bees. I don't want to think of them as bees because I don't want to hurt bees. What the heck are these things? Oh no. Oh, thank heavens. No, don't block. Just oh no. Okay. Let's just steer clear of oh dear. You know what? On this level, I'm honestly tempted to just go down now, but I'm going to try to get a little copper at least. Oh, I didn't know those could jump over things. Okay, I'm just going to leave. I'd rather make progress downwards, frankly. That's going to be more useful than nabbing some copper on that level. These things are so horrible to deal with. Okay, let's see. Can I break this? Oh, thank heavens. Good use. Good to get some more rocks. Oh, there's a whole bunch of the maggots still. Okay, well I'm glad I didn't have to fight a bunch earlier at least. Oh, the lighting change made me think that we were getting the swarm again. Which, by the way, for a good luck day, sure doesn't seem like good luck. Oh, man. Thought I got this one. You went off screen, you cheater. Let's actually try to time our swipes. Okay, good. Don't know that it actually helps, but at the very least, it's less frustrating to me than just mashing click. Man, a lot of bugs here. Well, okay, I'm gonna complain about these guys because they're a pain in the rear. But, you know, the other ones I really shouldn't complain about. They're useful. Bug guts are handy to have en masse. Okay, I would try to keep moving forward, but I know there's more of the maggots this way. I want to try to not aggro those while I have this one on me. Do I have any other foodstuffs? I thought I brought one food thing. I guess I didn't, so... risky time. Oh good, we got a ladder too, so we can get the heck out of Dodge should things go south. And that's good, because that'll take us to level 20. But this room is tempting, I'm not gonna lie. At the very least, I'd like this. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, I got at least one of them. No! Attack down! Oh, thank heavens, that was close. Ah, crab! I want the crab. I'm gonna put away the slime because I want the hardwood. Okay, so far this room has been a good investment. I just need to be able to pick it all up. Oh no. Background just turned green. Okay, me thinks we should just go. Wait. We can grab as much as we can. I don't want the mixed seeds. I want the bug guts. Let's eat the carrot. And then I think I want the topaz. Fine, I'll give up the coal to get this too. I'm just gonna leave. Goodbye. See, for the good luck days, this game sure, like, really despises me. Because that was not good luck. That was terrible luck. Let's see what we got here. Okay, it's a better weapon. That's good. I should have probably emptied an inventory spot before I did this. I was kind of hoping it would be an item I could equip. Oh, good, and it even dumps it on the ground, so I've got it. Okay, fine. I mean, without question, it's better than my rusty sword. Like, right? This was 2 to 5. That's 4 to 8. I'm gonna pop back up and see if I can come back down for this. I kind of doubt that I can. At the very least, I can put away the important things. Go level 20. Do you save item locations? Nope. Okay, good. I made the right choice then. I'm okay with ditching that. Cannot fish a sword. I do not have that kind of skill. Okay. Well, then let's, I'm going to leave this sword here as well, in this chest, though. We're just going to carry all this nonsense back. Actually, hold on. Crab is useful for community center. Any of this other stuff? Oh, well, I mean, stone is, but in massive quantities. Likewise for the hardwood. Okay. Well, I may stop off on the way and drop this crab off, because I don't have anything else to do with it. It's very cute. I like the crab. It'd be a lovely wall decoration, except I think it would get mad and pinch me, frankly. Just like it would be a little bit crabby. Okay, let's keep on going. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Making our way, well, not really downtown. We're definitely not moving fast. Back up here, though, we've got this open at least. Now, where the heck does the crab go? I assume here? One of these? Yeah, that makes sense. Crab in the crab pot. Actually, I had to make a crab pot, but they're like kind of expensive this early in the game. I may see if I can just scavenge the things I need or get lucky from gifts and such. Okay. Making good headway there. Oh, right, quest. Oh, I guess I ought to pop back up there. Yeah, okay, let's kick off the Adventurers Guild stuff. You know, not much merit to it, but it's a quest to get checked off. Be nice to do that. Got our plants already watered today, so we don't have to waste time moving up here on a day where we need to do that. And then I'm just going to hope they don't give me anything, because my inventory is very full. At the very least, if they do give me something, that I can just equip it. 7 p.m. I think we're going to sneak in. Yeah, okay. Greetings. I'm going to look at the questionable book. That's a lot of slimes. They want me to kill a lot of slimes. I can buy sneakers. If I had 500 gold. What I didn't know you could do here is if you die in the mine, you can come back and pay money to retrieve one item, which is interesting. I don't know, most items I don't think it's worth doing. Okay, sure thing, Gil. But it's interesting to know that it's an option. Okay, let's 7:30. Maybe I'll go grab the fishing rod. I wish I'd brought it with me, but I definitely wouldn't have had the inventory space. We'll take the shortcut up top again. That was one of the best things I had a friend show me. I did not know this was here, and the number of times that I passed out on the way back from the mines because I was moving through town was horrible. This is so much better. Physics-wise, it makes no sense, but it's so much better. Maybe it does make sense and I just don't have to go down vertically as much. Either way, it's made my life significantly less stressful when playing this game. Oh, I already have 4 hardwood. I think that's more than I have in my entire other game, which is in fall. I'll make another box. I think. Suitably gray. We'll put stone and stuff in here too. And bug guts are a mine item, so yeah, that's fine. Orb is going to be a loose title for this. Sure. Nah, not the chewing stick. That doesn't make sense. We can grab this, we can grab this, we can grab this. Stone. Oh, well, I literally can't. I do not have the space. But mining things and stuff from the ground, well, rocks from the ground, seems like a reasonable category to fit into there specifically. Good, we've got all our crops there organized. We've got this stuff. I'm gonna grab my equipment back. And let's organize this a little bit. Okay, cool. Let's sneak in some fishing. We've still got the energy for it. Got the rice down there. Don't think I even need to water that, honestly. Yeah, I'll be honest. The first times I played this game, it stressed me the heck out, but now I am actually coming to appreciate it as being relaxing. Sometimes. Although this minigame is definitely less frustrating with fish bait. Just for the sheer use of time. Ah, rats, right at the end. I knew it was going to do that. Chad. Ow. Wow. I will say, in terms of like relaxing town management-ish, like build your own space games, this is a heck of a lot less frustrating than Animal Crossing. Holy cow, that game. Like, this has a few interface quirks where I'm like, man, it's a pain. Places where I have to drop things when I wouldn't want to and stuff like that. But, like, holy cow, Animal Crossing. I feel like that game is designed to be frustrating. Every single movement or construction control or, like, even placing objects is so janky. Like, so janky. And yeah, you can make some nice things, but it's such an arduous process. And you can make nicer looking things that you still have to earn, but with less like just tedious struggle in other games. And also just, you know, drawing and like I don't know. Like cuz there's plenty of games where you have to work to earn it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But like Stardew, it feels like the work is just extraordinarily tedious and repetitive a lot of the time. And it's like this is so slow and the menus are so bad. Like, don't get me wrong, it's adorable and it's great fun while you're still like in the absolute hype of it. But like as soon as the hype wears down, it becomes grueling. Also, and this is just me, I don't think anyone else on Earth agrees with me. I don't like KK Slider. I find him pretentious. Oh, really? That was a great cast. Okay, good. Like, I it the way he talked just made me uncomfortable. I didn't like being around him. Didn't like inviting him to my town. Oop. Oh, goodness me, look at the time. Hey, look, it person, pickaxe. Likewise. I don't have time to chat with you either. Secret night worms. Haha! The library book has been attained. Okay, we will pop ourselves back on up to bed and look at the time, and it's 10:02 in reality as well. So I think that's going to be just about right for us to start packing it in. I don't need the training rod and the other one. Okay, let's see. By the way, what's the forecast for tomorrow? Beautiful sunny day, the worst kind. Maybe that's just the inner Texan in me, but like, ugh, sun is hot, miserable, and it doesn't water your crops for you. Okay, good. We got a mining upgrade at least. That is a boon, and that is where we're going to leave it for today. It has been a fun one, but I do think that it's about time for us to wrap up here. We will not be doing anything on Saturday, unfortunately. However, on Monday, we will be picking back up. This time, although I am going to write down the Pokemon drawing items idea. I definitely want to do that for a stream later. But I think Monday, we're going to have a go at Blender. I've been taking some tutorials on it, refreshing my old 3D modeling skills. And honestly, yeah, it's a horribly complicated interface with a million different controls, but there's a logical consistency to it so that once you start to understand some parts of it, other parts make sense, which is not true of things like Maya, the Adobe version of Blender. And it's stinking free and open source, which is crazy for something of that scale. So like, I'm enjoying it. I've bounced off it a few times. Don't get me wrong. Like it is one of the hardest programs out there to learn, in terms of like creative, like stuff, like just any of them. It is famously difficult, but it's worth coming back to every so often because man, I am enjoying it. Frustrating at times, but still not as frustrating as Animal Crossing. So yeah, no stream on Saturday. We will stream on Monday. We're gonna pick up some Blender stuff, and we will go from there. I hope to see y'all then. Till then, have a good one, y'all.